Gigabyte. Stop buying laptops based on the logo on the lid. It's the fastest way to waste your money. Brand reputation used to mean something in the laptop space, but our data makes it painfully clear that those days are over. After reviewing more than 300 laptops in the last year alone, one pattern kept repeating: a famous name does not guarantee a good machine. To cut through the noise, we stripped away marketing claims and evaluated every major manufacturer using 5 metrics that actually matter in daily use: innovation, design, quality, support, and value. When we added everything up, one brand landed decisively at the bottom of the list, and that brand was Gigabyte. Gigabyte posts a disappointing total score of just 9 out of 25, making it the weakest performer in our entire dataset. This fall from grace is especially striking given the brand's history. The Aero 15 was once a benchmark product that pushed the industry forward. Today, however, Gigabyte feels like a company that has completely lost its direction. Innovation is nearly non-existent, earning a 2 out of 5, as recent models largely copy competitors without adding anything meaningful. Design fares even worse, scoring 1 out of 5, with bland, uninspired chassis that fail to stand out or excite. Build quality is merely average, but the real deal breaker is support. With a 1 out of 5 rating, repairs require shipping the laptop away and hoping for the best, an unacceptable experience in 2025. Gigabyte is no longer a contender. It's a shadow of what it once was: MSI. MSI is one of the most frustrating brands we test, not because they are terrible across the board, but because they repeatedly get so close to being great and then stumble on fundamentals. On paper, MSI often looks compelling. They are aggressive with hardware adoption and are frequently among the first to ship new CPUs and GPUs. That willingness to move fast earns them a respectable 3 out of 5 for innovation. Unfortunately, speed without discipline comes at a cost, and MSI's quality control issues are impossible to ignore. Thermals are the brand's biggest recurring problem. During testing, the Prestige 16 equipped with the Arrow Lake H chip ran so hot it earned the title of the hottest laptop we've ever measured. This isn't an isolated incident, it reflects a broader pattern of under-engineered cooling solutions. Budget models like the Katana compound the problem by cutting corners elsewhere, shipping with poor quality displays that significantly degrade the user experience. Input design is another sore spot. MSI keyboards often feature awkward layouts, such as arrow keys jammed against the number pad, leading to constant mispresses during normal use. Support is equally troubling. Like Gigabyte, MSI scores a 1 out of 5 here, leaving customers effectively stranded if hardware fails. While standout models like the lightweight Prestige 13 show what MSI can do, the brand's inconsistent quality, hot-running designs, and pricing that doesn't reflect these compromises result in a weak 3 out of 5 value score. MSI remains a gamble rather than a recommendation. Razer. Razer is the textbook definition of form over function. If laptops were judged purely on aesthetics, Razer would dominate the rankings without competition. Their Blade lineup delivers some of the most visually striking Windows laptops on the market, combining high-performance hardware with slim, precision-milled aluminum chassis. This commitment to aesthetics earns Razer a flawless 5 out of 5 for design. They also deserve credit for selective innovation, such as offering upgradable memory in a 14-inch form factor, something few competitors attempt. However, the problems begin the moment you actually use the laptop. Despite the premium price tag, the typing experience is poor. The keyboards suffer from extremely shallow key travel, making long typing sessions uncomfortable and fatiguing. Heat management is another major issue. The metal chassis looks and feels premium, but it also acts as a heat conductor, causing the laptop to run noticeably warm under sustained workloads. As a result, we rated overall quality at 4 out of 5, good but not exceptional given the cost. The single biggest red flag is support. Razer earns a dismal 1 out of 5 here. Customer service interactions are often described as slow, unhelpful, or outright incorrect, including cases where users were advised to install Intel drivers on AMD systems. When you combine non-existent support with some of the highest prices in the industry and almost no meaningful discounts, Razer ends up with a 1 out of 5 value score. It's a luxury purchase with very real risk attached. Dell. Dell was once the undisputed leader of the Windows laptop ecosystem, but recent years have seen the brand drift away from user-focused design. Dell finishes with a total score of 16 out of 25, which sounds solid until you look at how uneven that performance really is. On the surface, Dell excels at visual design. The XPS and Alienware lines are undeniably attractive, earning a perfect 5 out of 5 for design with premium materials and clean industrial styling. The trouble lies in Dell's interpretation of innovation. Instead of improving usability, many of their recent design experiments actively make laptops harder to use. Features like invisible trackpads and haptic function rows look futuristic in marketing photos, but in practice they reduce accuracy and muscle memory. As a result, Dell earns a weak 2 out of 5 for innovation. Quality is similarly inconsistent. While flagship models are generally well built, Dell has been caught cutting costs on mid-range displays, an unforgivable compromise for such a critical component. Where Dell redeems itself is support. Business-focused service plans are among the best in the industry, with 4 out of 5 thanks to options like on-site technician repairs. For professionals, this is a huge advantage. Unfortunately, high premiums, especially on Alienware, drag value down to 2 out of 5, making Dell a hard sell outside of enterprise use. Framework is easily the most polarizing company in our rankings, finishing with a total score of 16 out of 25, but for reasons completely different from Dell. Framework is the only laptop manufacturer to achieve a perfect 5 out of 5 for innovation, and that score is fully deserved. Their modular design philosophy allows users to swap ports, upgrade internal components, and repair their machines indefinitely. In an industry obsessed with sealed devices and planned obsolescence, Framework is genuinely revolutionary. Support is another area where Framework dominates. With a perfect 5 out of 5, the company provides detailed documentation, parts availability, and step-by-step repair guides that empower users to fix their own laptops without ever dealing with a call center. This is support done right. Unfortunately, that innovation comes at a cost in other areas. Design is utilitarian at best, earning a 1 out of 5. The laptops look basic and somewhat mismatched, lacking the visual cohesion of mainstream competitors. Quality is also just average, scoring 2 out of 5. The 13-inch models rely on a single fan that can become loud, and components like speakers and trackpads lag behind premium standards. With a 3 out of 5 value score, Framework is ideal for enthusiasts who value repairability and longevity, but the lack of polish and high price-to-performance ratio prevent it from being a universal recommendation. HP. If pure value is your top priority, HP currently sets the benchmark. With an overall score of 17 out of 25, HP doesn't dominate through innovation or flashy design. It wins by delivering strong fundamentals at aggressive prices. HP earns a perfect 5 out of 5 for value, and that score is well earned. Models like the OmniBook Ultra regularly drop to around $1,000, yet offer specifications that compete with $1,500 machines from other brands. These discounts aren't rare either. HP runs frequent sales that make waiting worthwhile. Innovation and design are admittedly uninspiring, both earning 2 out of 5. HP doesn't experiment with risky features or futuristic controls, but that restraint works in its favor. By avoiding gimmicks, HP delivers laptops that are straightforward, predictable, and easy to live with. Quality is better than expected for the price, earning a solid 4 out of 5, with sturdy builds and competent displays that don't feel compromised. Support is another strength. HP matches Dell with a 4 out of 5, offering strong business-oriented service plans that include extended warranties and professional repair options. HP proves that you don't need cutting-edge innovation to be a great laptop brand. You just need to deliver reliable performance, fair pricing, and minimal headaches. And right now, HP does that better than almost anyone else. Lenovo. Lenovo narrowly misses the top spot with a total score of 18 out of 25, making it the most well-rounded Windows laptop manufacturer available today. Unlike many competitors, Lenovo actively experiments with new ideas while still respecting the fundamentals of usability. That balance earns them a strong 4 out of 5 for innovation, thanks to features like vertically expanding displays and folding form factors that actually enhance productivity rather than hinder it. Quality is another major strength. Lenovo scores 4 out of 5, particularly within the ThinkPad lineup, which continues to offer the best keyboards in the industry. Recent haptic trackpads also show that Lenovo understands where premium input devices are heading. Support is equally reliable, earning 4 out of 5 with service plans that rival Dell and HP for business users. Lenovo's weaknesses are relatively minor but consistent. Non-flagship models sometimes cut corners on webcams and speakers, and mechanical trackpads on cheaper units can feel outdated. Pricing is also deceptive. List prices are often unreasonably high, but frequent sales dramatically change the equation. With price tracking, machines like the Slim 7X can be found for around $800, delivering excellent performance for the cost. This earns Lenovo a respectable 3 out of 5 for value. Consistent, capable, and versatile, Lenovo is the safest Windows recommendation overall. Apple. Apple stands as the undisputed winner of our rankings with a total score of 19 out of 25. While Apple's laptop designs evolve slowly, earning a 4 out of 5 for design, consistency is part of the appeal. Where Apple truly separates itself is internal innovation. The M-series chips represent a fundamental shift in performance efficiency, earning a strong 4 out of 5 for innovation and outperforming Intel and AMD in battery life, thermals, and sustained performance. Quality is Apple's strongest category, receiving a perfect 5 out of 5. No other manufacturer matches Apple's consistency in build materials, trackpads, speakers, and overall fit and finish. MacBooks feel solid, refined, and cohesive in a way that most Windows laptops simply do not. At first glance, Apple appears weak on value, but the reality is more nuanced. We awarded a 3 out of 5 here. Yes, storage upgrades are laughably expensive, and base models still ship with just 256 GB at $1,000. However, MacBooks last longer, age better, and retain resale value far beyond most competitors. When you buy a base model MacBook, you're buying the fewest compromises available today. For now, Apple remains the benchmark everyone else is chasing.